Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
Here are today's top headlines. Chrysler debt holders cave under government pressure. GM and the UAW clash over offshoring. And the Honda Insight tops the sales charts in Japan. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headline. This is Autoline Daily for Monday, May 11th, 2009, and now the news. Chrysler's debt holders, who were going to fight for more money in bankruptcy court, have decided not to fight the company in court. The Wall Street Journal reports that it was the Obama administration which put enormous pressure on hedge funds and banks that were holding out, and which finally persuaded them to go along with the government's offer. The Journal says with the holdouts no longer holding out, Chrysler's bankruptcy could move forward quickly. The AFP says that GM and the UAW are clashing over the company's plans to move production out of the United States and put it in Mexico, South Korea, Japan, and China. Two UAW officials, Bob King, who's expected to become president of the UAW next year, and Alan Ruther, said that if GM is getting government money to preserve U.S. jobs, then the company should not be allowed to move production overseas. Germany will decide on Opel's fate by the end of the month. According to Reuters, a leading member of Germany's Social Democrat Party says the government will decide by the end of this month whether or not to provide aid to Opel. The government is reviewing bids by Fiat and Magna before it will decide to provide loans to the company. Believe it or not, it's never been a better time to buy a car. According to Comerica Bank, it took 21.5 weeks of median family income to buy an average new car in the first quarter of this year. According to the Detroit News, this is a drop of 1.3 weeks compared to the fourth quarter of 2008, and it's the lowest it's been since the index started in 1979. Hey, speaking of affordable cars, Ward's reports that Tata sold 203,000 Nano cars in its first 14 days, a huge number. By comparison, the best-selling car in the U.S. is the Camry. Toyota sells around 400,000 of them per year. So to sell half that number in just 2 weeks is astounding, but it's less than analysts expected. They predicted 500,000 to 1 million orders. Tata probably will not be able to produce more than 300,000 Nanos by 2011. In other sales news, Honda's gas-electric Insight was the top-selling car in Japan last month. This is the first time a hybrid took the sales crown. According to the Detroit News, the Insight is the lowest price hybrid around, with an entry price of just about 1.89 million yen. That's about $19,000. The question is, will the company be able to maintain its momentum? Arch-rival Toyota is expected to aggressively price its redesigned Prius, which is set to be introduced next week. Coming up next, a look at the new Audi Q5. We'll be back right after this.
Changing tires out here could be dangerous, but with these tires, I don't need to worry.
Bridgestone.
While the rest of the industry has been reeling from the industry downturn, there's plenty to celebrate at Audi. For starters, the company will be celebrating its 100th anniversary this year, and after making strides in Europe and China, the company now appears to be on the verge of a breakout in the United States. And one product the company's counting on to help them break through is the all-new Q5. It's based on the same platform as the A4 and is built alongside it with the A5 in Ingolstadt, Germany. While they're built on the same platform, they don't share the same look. The crossover features a muscular stance, thanks to its wide body and the longest wheelbase in its class. A character line runs down the length of the body, and wraparound headlamps and tail lamps give it a sporty look. And the Q5 comes with standard 18-inch wheels. Inside the Q5, you'll find a refined interior with leather seats and chrome trim accents throughout. To make the ride more comfortable for driver and passengers, 12-way power seats are standard, as are reclining, sliding seats in the rear. The Q5 is also the first Audi to be equipped with the company's latest infotainment system. It features a new joystick control located on top of the control knob, a new high-resolution display screen, and 3D imaging. Under the hood, the Q5 is powered by a 3.2-liter direct-injection V6, which is mated to a 6-speed automatic. Audi's signature Quattro all-wheel drive system is standard too. Fuel economy for the Q5 is 18 miles per gallon city, 23 on the highway, and the Q5 has best-in-class towing capability of 4,400 pounds. The driver can also select from 4 modes that change the driving dynamics of the Q5 by customizing engine throttle, transmission shift characteristics, steering, and suspension. The Q5 is offered in 3 equipment levels. Pricing starts at just over $38,000 and jumps to just over $49,000 with the top equipment package. And even though the Q5 only just began selling in March, it's already the second best-selling vehicle in Audi's lineup in the U.S. this year, behind the A4. Hey, don't forget, coming this Thursday is Autoline After Hours. I am not going to be here, but Jason Vines and Peter DeLorenzo will be. So will David Welch from Business Week and Eddie Alterman from Car and Driver Magazine. Ought to be a pretty good show. But anyway, that wraps up today's top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Visit our website for even more great content all week long. Autoline Extra, John's Journal, podcasts, and even more. So click over and get the inside view at AutolineDetroit.tv.